of United States do you live, Lisa?
Virginia,
Okay, Virginia, Sydney,
East
and Lima.
Coast.
Okay, we're live.
Hey everybody, welcome to Captain Swan Captain Swan. Oh my god, Captain Swan on the brain. Welcome to Captain Hook Podcast, Season 7, Episode 14, The Girl in the Tower. I am Lisa, aka You Brought Me Home, aka Captain Hook Podcast, and these are my friends who are joining me today.
Hi, I'm Daniela, and I'm Queen Swan 20 on Tumblr, and a little bit incredibly confused. Roll.
I don't know if Ro's going to turn his mute off. He's having computer issues, but that is Ginny Jinx Handshot Rita First, aka Ro. Pip could not be here today, sadly. She had other things she had to do, but she is here in spirit. She's really upset. She wanted to be here because she loved this episode, as did
Yeah.
most of us. But I'm certain she will be here next week. So, I know there's a lot of spoilery stuff that we learned that came out this week, and it will be mentioned, but it will be mentioned after we discuss the episode. I'm just putting that out right now. That will be in the spoiler section. I know we're all excited. Whoop, take a chill pill. We're all excited, but just tone it down a notch.
I love this episode. This episode was the best of the best episodes ever. I like the whole I like the whole Tilly and I mean the whole Alice and Robin story. I like that we found out that maybe the Facile is not the one who's killing the witches of the coven. He has something to do with his own agenda with the dagger of Rumples, and I'm really kind of hooked on him and Regina, even though he's still like I'm still in doubts. I want to know more, and for the rest of the season, we're gonna know more. But I really like the whole Rogers and Tilly situation was so cute, and my favorite duo of this episode, also besides Tilly and Rogers and Alice and Robin, is Regina and Lucy. Operation Hyacinth. That was amazing. I love it. It was so cute.
So, Ro, what were your first thoughts about the girl in the tower?
I just thought it was okay. No. I loved it. It was wow.
For a second there, I thought you were serious. I thought you were serious for a minute there.
I'm like, what?
You're good, dude. You're really good.
I see
Thank you. Well, it's just one of those episodes that reminds me of why I fell in love with this show in the first place. I mean, that wonder, that magical feeling, like just around the characters or just a connection that two people have with each other, and that nice little ending where things look a little brighter at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember at the end, usually when these episodes end, because they always end cliffy, the end music is like a dour, kind of down type music, or kind of an ominous tone because you don't know what's going to happen next. But this time, the end music for this episode was kind of cheerful and a little bit bright because everything seemed to go positively.
Yeah.
You know, everything was coming up roses kind of. I mean, yes, there was other things going on with Samdi and Regina and what they were doing, but like the bigger storyline with Tilly and Hook seemed to start to really flesh itself out. Rose Reynolds is a joy. Absolute joy.
Yep.
And I swear to God, she would be wonderful in Storybrooke if they ever went over to Storybrooke. The relationship between her and her father and Hook is just a joy to see on screen, and I wish I could see just hours and hours of nothing but Hook and Tilly. They're beautiful together.
Yeah.
I am shitting you not.
Is Alice and our Hook and Emma's kid like sisters or brother and sister ish. Even
Uh,
though,
they might be able to consider it a half sibling situation since technically they have the same father,
mm-hmm.
technically. So that could be a half sibling sitch, but um, I also really enjoyed the flashbacks. Normally, I'm a little sketchy with the flashbacks with ones because they don't always do them very well, and sometimes they rely on them too much. But this
Yeah,
time, flashbacks were really done well. Even the CGI was decent with the troll and
I love it.
the car. And just so people don't freak out about this, no, Emma's car did not disappear from Storybrooke. Obviously,
Yeah,
she conjured another car, an exact duplicate of it, in the Enchanted Forest. That's
Yeah.
some serious strong
yeah,
powers that she's got, that she can just wish something and it happens. That's like some really strong
yeah.
shit.
But that car coming by himself gave me some Harry Potter vibe from the Chamber of Secrets. Remember when Harry and Ron were
Right.
about to get attacked by those spiders and the car just disappeared?
Right.
It's like that. I was like, I see you, Adam and Eddie. You pulled a Harry Potter in this episode right now. I see you.
I also like the relationship between Robin and Tilly, or Alice. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing is that I have some issues with Robin because at first she treated Alice really shitty, and I didn't like it because Alice is like my bae, and I
Oh,
protect Alice. I don't like seeing Alice being hurt, and this chick was way too hard, had way too much of a hard on for that troll. If she had just listened to what Alice was saying, they could have avoided all of these problems. And I understand that the people were upset, their houses were flattened and their village was razed. I get it. They wanted the troll destroyed. I know that Tilly did not mean for that to happen. But, the guy was generally a bully. And anyhow, so in this
uh-huh.
episode, we find out how Alice managed to free herself from the tower, even though apparently everything that Hook did to try to free her didn't work. But I guess her wish power is some strong shit, because all she had to do was wish herself free, and boom, she was free. I mean, if that was true, she could have done that when she was little. But I guess her magic really didn't come into fruition until, you know,
Or
puberty
teenage.
or something.
Or
Well, she said she was stuck there till she was 17.
Yeah.
oh
So
man, you just want to hug her.
I
I
know.
know, you just want to be like, And let's see, and she also meets Robin along the way, and they have to deal with this troll creature that Alice conjured to protect her unknowingly,
Yeah.
because she's that strong. And they have a little, I don't want to call it a meet cute, because it was very reminiscent of Snow and Charming with that trap.
I
And
know.
also the thing in the jail cell where she picks the pin out of her hair to free herself, and she leaves Alice behind, is very reminiscent of Tallahassee and Captain Swan. Remember
I
when
know.
Hook left
Yep.
Emma in the
Yep.
cell?
Yep. Yep. I
Very
know.
reminiscent.
Oh my god, it
Um,
was very so.
I
I.
like
It's
I
like.
like that I like that they're very cute together, but at the same time, it's not that quick. That was the problem I had with Ruby and
Slippers.
Dorothy. It was too quick. This, you'll actually get to see, I think, a little more of how it develops.
Yeah.
We also got to see in Hyperion Heights Rogers bending over backwards trying to figure out a way to exonerate Tilly before the police could arrest her for a murder that she obviously didn't commit. And we got to see just how far the reach of Gothel's powers go, because it seemed to me like Gothel had done something, cast some magic or something to make everyone forget they'd even seen her. But her magic could not affect the security camera in the troll's eye. She missed
Yeah.
that one.
Worst mothers failed again.
Worst mother
Yeah.
ever.
Ever.
I felt so bad for Tilly when she was walking around trying to find somebody who could remember seeing her when she went into the grocery store, and the two people that she sees almost every day to get food from don't even remember her face. She just looked like she wanted to die. I was like, oh my God, protect this child. This is not right.
Really. Gothel thinks she's smarter than her daughter, but she's not, because Alice is or Tilly is smarter like her father. Heroes always find a way, and this bitch doesn't understand that. Now she's gonna be schooled.
So, Ro, do you think that Gothel cast some sort of spell to make everybody in Hyperion Heights forget that they'd seen her on that day?
Most likely.
That's what it seemed like, because the one guy that she always gets the marmalade sandwich from every day didn't even recognize her. And she knows these people by name, which means she's been there every day, and yet they don't recognize her at all. Poor girl. Poor child.
And I can't.
It was sweet to see.
I just can't understand her motivation. I mean, what does she get out of it? It's got nothing to do with the Guardian or finding the other members of the Coven. I just don't get it.
I think it's the girl. I think it's the person who's killing the witches. They must have did something to everybody to forget about Tilly and to cover her track or cover her or his tracks, because it could be that one. I don't know if it's Gothel, but I think it's the one who's killing the witches of the Coven, who doesn't want everyone to find out who or her is.
It's possible. It's also possible that Gothel tried to make it look like it was her because she wanted to use her as a scapegoat to take suspicion off of herself.
Well, technically,
Gothel is that crafty.
Is Gothel? I think the scapegoats were Alice, Tilly, and Samdi, Vasily, because they're the two suspects who were from both sides of our hero team, who are the ones who's killing the witches of the Coven or something like that.
I don't know. I mean, Samdi is kind of a wild card. Don't really know how he plans on going about getting the dagger, or how that's going to tie into what Gothel wants.
Yeah,
I thought it was interesting that this is before I forget. That was the B story. Regina teaming up with Lucy for Operation Hyacinth to break into Facilier's apartment and try to discover some dirt as to what his modus operandi is, what his purpose is for being there. And based on some tarot cards, and eventually Regina coming clean to Samdi what she did, because Lucy accidentally left her little toboggan,
her beanie,
in the apartment. Samdi says to her that he wants Rumpel's dagger. Now, it's interesting to me that when he says this to her, that she immediately jumps to the assumption that he wants to kill Rumpel and become the Dark One. I would think that someone like Samdi, who seems like the type of person who enjoys controlling others and having others under his thumb, because he enjoyed having Tiana under his thumb. He enjoys having Naveen under his thumb. Same thing with that Frog Prince. He likes controlling people. So in my mind, I think it would make more sense that he would, yes, he wants Rumpel's dagger, but not to kill him. I think he wants to use him. That's a much more effective tool.
But there's no magic in Hyperion Heights. The dagger wouldn't work.
I get that. That doesn't mean they have to stay in Hyperion Heights. They can always, if Facilier knows about Storybrooke, they can always go to Storybrooke.
Do you guys still think that Vasily, Samdi, has a feelings for Regina, or he's still in love with the person she was?
I think I don't know. It seems to me like he still remembers what she used to be. I mean, he's got to see now that she's not who she once was. Mm-hmm. I'm just afraid my fear is that she has worked so hard, and I know this is weird for me to be saying this because normally I wouldn't, but she really has worked her ass off this year especially, and she has really turned a corner. Like, she's gained the trust of everybody, and that's no easy feat when it comes to Regina. I would hate to see him thinking, oh, she's gone soft and now I can use that and turn her back to what she used to be, because she doesn't need to be going down that road again. She has worked way too hard for him to screw it all up.
So that card and the lover means the greatest love that is in her future is not him, it's somebody else.
It could be him. It could be somebody else. The point is, he was saying you could have everything if you really wanted it. And I'm afraid he's going to say, well, you know, we can be together and I can have the dagger and control Rumple, or, you know, have the dagger and be the dark one, whatever. I don't think she would want that. I mean, who wants that kind of dark? Who wants to deal with that kind of darkness, you know? She already said that even though she and Rumple don't always see eye to eye on things, she's not going to let anybody try to take his dagger. And you've already seen what happens when Rumple is used as a blunt instrument. Like back in season 3, when Zelena had his dagger, he was pretty much a loaded gun. And all she had to do was tell him, do this, and he had to do it. And that was a Rumple that only had just one Dark One's powers. This is totally different. He has the powers of every Dark One that ever existed, including Killian and Emma. So, you don't want that kind of blunt instrument, you know, anywhere. Have that kind of power. And Rumple doesn't want it either. I mean, Rumple, he's done. He wants to be with Belle. So... well, it would be a horrible thing if Facilier got his hands on it and tried to use Rumple for his own ends. You know? Right when Rumple's trying to, you know, end his life.
Yeah. And also the guy who was in... Oh, I wanted to point out that the guy who was in the mob villagers who wanted to get rid of Alice's troll friend, I thought, for a second, I thought he was Roland... but grown up. I thought for a second he was Roland when he was grown up. Roland.
I think
Roland
that ship has sailed.
Roland doesn't live there. Roland lives in the actual Enchanted Forest with the Merryman.
Yeah, but it kind of struck me a little bit because we don't know if he's gonna appear as an adult in the original Enchanted Forest, where Wish Realm Robin and Regina's former half self are there ruling as the queen and king. That under their own belief they learned from their love and from Snow and David and experience from season 6.
I don't think any of those characters from the Enchanted Forest are coming back. We have a very specific set of characters that are coming back, and from what I've gathered, their scenes that they've shot seem to be pretty quick because Joanna Garcia Swisher was there shooting a scene for Ariel, and that was in and out. And Robbie Kay was there. I mean, that was the only reason that Robbie Kay even showed up at the Vancouver Con. He was already there filming his scene. He was in and out. So I have a feeling it's going to wind up being some sort of like montage. Some sort of quick montage of, you know, where everybody's at. But anyhow, so, in the Enchanted Forest, Alice goes to see her papa, which is a very sweet scene. And, you know, Colin needs to blow all the faces at the babies, because that's just some cute shit.
I know.
She wants to make sure that he's happy, and while she's there, she runs into Robin, who immediately thinks she's a spy. Robin, power down, yo. Power down. They have a chase through the forest, and Alice accidentally trips one of Robin's traps and gets trapped in a cage. Very reminiscent of Snow and Charming, Alice season 1. Very reminiscent of Hook and Emma. I'm liking this ship. I very much am liking this ship. So they have a little tete-a-tete. Alice tells her who she is and why she's there, and Robin finally lets her free. Not before calling her Nobbin. That was funny.
Yeah.
Nobbin.
I like the banter.
Me too. It was cute. I laughed.
So you mean my papa is no? Does that make you Nobbin? New Robin? Yeah, don't just don't.
I really like the whole reminiscence when in the first scene when Alice was in her tower in the first scene of the episode. It reminisces Emma's birthday when she turned 28 in the pilot with the cupcake.
True. I know that Alice didn't want to be alone. She had mentioned that even after she got out of the tower, I mean, she'd spent 17 years, her entire life, wanting out of the tower. And then when she got out of the tower, she had a lot of trouble, it seemed, adjusting to the outside world. And she felt more alone than she was when she was in the tower, because she'd been searching for a way to end this curse on her father, and nothing seems to have worked. And now she feels like
hopeless.
She feels hopeless, and all she wants to do is go back to the tower, because that was the only place where she felt safe, I guess.
Yeah. She probably went to Wonderland because that's where the curse originated from. Maybe she wanted to find a cure.
Yeah. It's possible. Well, yeah, they that's where she met Jacinda and Henry.
Yeah.
No, she met her mother first.
Right, she met her mother first, and then Jacinda later on. So Robin and Alice are tracking down this troll. Alice wants to kill it because she feels that that's what her father would do, and she wants to be like her father. Robin. What can I say? You already learned this lesson with your mother and the magic, and now you're going down the same road, except with your father and the bow and arrows. She says that she was popular when she was in Storybrooke, but the people weren't really her friends. They just wanted to be her friends because she was popular, and she felt she had to be in order to be accepted. And that is so Zelena, I can't even describe it to you.
Yeah.
I would really hope that Zelena was not trying to teach her the idea that she could only be happy if she has, a butt ton of friends. That's not necessary, because those people only want to be her friend because she's popular. They don't like her for her. She needs someone to like her for, and that's what I appreciate about Alice. Mm-hmm. Alice genuinely likes Robin for herself, not for the bow and arrow, not for the magic, not for her mother or father, just for Robin. Period. That's what Robin really needs to center her. I think that's what Alice does for her. She keeps her centered.
I love it.
And Robin is the one that protects Alice from all the, bullies that would want to take advantage of this sweet, innocent child.
I know. Girl's protecting her future girlfriend right there.
But I mean, she threw away the chance to kill that troll. And said that she would rather love a troll than watch them bully Alice. I mean, this girl just got out of a cage and they threw her back into a cage. I can't imagine how horrible that probably felt. Even worse when, she thought they were finally connecting, only for Robin to steal a hairpin from her in order to get herself out of the cage and leave her there. That's kind of fucked up, but so while that's going on, and eventually they do manage to stop the troll, because apparently Tilly's got some serious magical power. Like, all she's got to do is wish for something and boom, it's there. Apparently she wished so hard on her 17th birthday to be free of that tower that she conjured that troll, and that tower and that troll freed her. from the tower. And in the same instance, she wished so hard to be saved from the bullies that she conjured up what she could remember of the picture of the bug that Robin showed her on the cell phone. How the hell is this girl keeping a cell phone when there's no fucking chargers and no goddamn electricity in the Enchanted fucking Forest? Adam, Eddie, loophole, yo. Loophole. This is like the same shit with the motorbike. How the hell is Henry riding a motorbike and there's no gas stations in the Enchanted fucking Forest?
I don't
Loophole.
know.
I just roll with it now.
Me too. Like, nothing new.
Because she could only have that phone for so long before the battery would die, and that'd be it. I don't know if like her mother is giving the phone unlimited power using magic or something. I have no fucking clue. But anyhow, the picture that she showed her, was that her standing next to the bug, or was that Emma? I couldn't tell.
No, that was her.
The features of the person was too blurry. I guess it was her.
Yeah.
That was so funny, the story she told. She stole Emma's car and hotwired it for 8 minutes. Yeah, please try to fuck with the savior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't think Emma would even be that mad. She'd probably just be like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Because she's been where Robin was way back when, and she's obviously done far worse things. So
far worse.
She probably just chalked it up to teenage angst.
She ended up with a person like Neil.
So she chalked it up to teenage angst. And
I know.
She tried to steal the car to begin with herself.
And you know what? She probably figured that anything that she could do to punish this girl would be nothing compared to what Zelena would do.
Yeah.
Believe it. Believe it.
She'll be like Cersei. I will punish her dying screaming.
So they managed to escape in that car and find some sort of connection as friends, and Robin helps her to understand that, you know, this was her magic that created the troll, and she's the only one that can stop it since she made it happen in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And she does stop it. And as soon as the troll grabbed the car, I was like, the troll is for real? Under the overpass? That's the thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's why the troll's holding the car. Oh, okay. Okay. So when they cursed that Enchanted Forest, they also transported the troll statue.
Yeah.
I was glad to finally get an explanation for that.
Because I know a lot of people were trying to figure out why the troll was holding Emma's car.
Now we know.
Yeah, and it also explains why Tilly is so attached to that place.
Right, because the troll is her friend. The only person that she believes that she has that knows her.
You know, the troll is his me to her hook.
Mm-hmm. So back in Hyperion Heights, Tilly is freaking out because she's afraid she's going to be arrested for something she didn't do. She's not sure if she did it or not. Her memories are all kinds of scrambled. Apparently, when she saw Gothel's face on that camera, it did something to her. I don't know what, but it caused her to black out or lose time and not remember what it was she did, because I think the next thing she remembered was showing up at the hospital in the Blind Witch's room holding the knife over her dead body. So Rogers is going nuts trying to figure out a way to save her before she gets arrested. And all he needs is for her to have some sort of alibi to prove that she was somewhere else when the murder took place, which was at 3:20, according to the coroner's report. Mm-hmm. So Tilly's going around asking people at the grocery store and all these other places she's been, and no one seems to remember that she even exists. My poor child. Apparently Gothel did something to them to wipe their memories of her.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
And she looks so sad and alone when just walking down the street like that. Aww.
Oh no.
I mean, Rose just really sells how lonely this and confused that this girl is. And with Alice, there's like this wonder in her eyes, the way she looks at things and interacts with people. And even when she was talking to the troll, we know that that thing's not really there. But
Yeah.
she actually sold it like she was actually talking to something. That's how good she was. And she, okay, I I love Jen, and she's always been a great scene partner with Colin. But I think they really struck gold with Rose in you know
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm.
arc with
Absolutely.
with
Absolutely.
Yeah, my props to her. Like
The
the
two,
only
I think,
actresses that have good chemistry with Colin is Jen and Rose. As the sister, as the daughter and son, as the daughter and father stuff. I mean, or the couple team up thing with Jen and Colin. It's like it's a very good chemistry for it, and
yeah.
like
It,
are you kidding? The man could have chemistry with a sack of potatoes. He does well with just about anybody. I mean, he had chemistry
that's
with
true.
Bernard Curry, who was playing his brother. He had chemistry with Adam Crosdell, who was playing Brennan. I mean, he has chemistry with everybody. Shit, he even had chemistry with Ginny Goodwin. Snow. He had
Yep.
chemistry
despite
with
not having a lot
Snow.
of scenes together.
Yeah, and a lot of chemistry with Josh, who's his buddy.
So I think I think Rose's two best scenes last night was first when Rogers brings her backpack and she's searching through it to find some sort of receipt or something that will prove where she was at the time of the murder, and she pulls out the two pieces of hair because apparently the person who's killing these witches leaves locks of their hair, and she's freaking out because she has no idea where this hair came from or what it is or why it's there. But at the same time, it's heartbreaking because while she's certain she didn't do it, at the same time, as soon as she sees the hair, she starts to doubt herself, and she starts to wonder, did I do it? I don't remember, but did I do it? Oh my God, did I kill these people? And she's like slowly like just losing her mind because she's not sure what she did, and they're trying to reach her, but she's so messed up that she's so terrified that she can't really be reached. It's not until later, after she leaves the grocery store in the second scene, which I think is the best, when Henry finds her and brings her into the alleyway and she's talking with Rogers and she's freaking out and she's about to leave town and she's afraid that she really did kill these people, and he's trying to talk her down by saying that he's sorry that he didn't believe her before, but he believes her now, and that he doesn't want to take her in, but he's got to. But all he needs to do is just find a way to prove that she was somewhere else, and he's swearing that he will help her. Period. And you could see the connection between them and how desperately he wanted to help her, and it just drives me nuts. I'm like, oh my God, it's just a child right in front of his face, and he can't even remember. This is so wrong. But at least, even though they don't know who each other is, at least we know that the connection that they have as father and daughter, the love that they have, is still there, still deeply rooted in them both. And you can see it by how desperately he's trying to save her and how quickly she's attached herself to him, and she feels safe with him, safe enough at the end of the episode to agree to go stay with him rather than stay in that boxcar. You know?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
so happy about that.
Me too.
She's going to live with her dad.
So she won't have to be
Mm.
alone anymore.
Yeah.
Hey.
And he called her
So,
love.
mm-hmm. So some of the smaller B stories, we have Drusilla seeking counsel with Henry. She's trying to figure out how she can make things right with Anastasia after she finds her, if she finds her. And Henry's right, best thing you can do is start with a good old-fashioned I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, Drusilla, here's where you want to start. How about you give Henry a cure to whatever poison it is that you gave him, so when his curse gets broken, he won't die. How about that? She's saying, on my long list of people that I've screwed over, you're right at the top. I'm so sorry. Sometimes saying you're sorry just isn't quite enough. He's gonna die because of you. So you, really need to find some way to save his life. If you want to make things right. I'm pretty sure next week's episode, that's something about that is going to come to light. Because next week's episode is Adelaide Kane's last for the show.
Yep.
I don't know if she's going to die or leave or what, but it's supposed to be the last for her.
But it's not.
Do you guys still think? Do you guys still think that Drusilla is genuine? That she really is sorry for what she's done?
Yeah, I'm in between. I'm in doubts, but I'm between doubts and I'm between kind of wondering that a little bit here and there.
Bro,
it seems.
What now?
Oh.
Well, I was just saying that Adelaide's selling it.
She is.
But...
She is. I just don't think she knows how to say she's sorry. And really, I mean, it took her mother dying for her to forgive her mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously, when we started this season, we had the whole Cinderella stuff, but that seems to be wrapping up now with the passing of Lady Tremaine, and obviously, sooner or later, they're going to realize that Anastasia is not the guardian, and maybe Gothel won't need her anymore, and maybe she and Drusilla can get some closure, or maybe Drusilla will redeem herself by dying to protect her sister.
Yeah,
I really don't know. I mean, it's sad to see them go, but at the same time, there's a lot of other stuff happening that we need to focus on now.
Yep.
And new stuff that's been developing with Facilier and Robin and Tilly.
Speaking of that, oh, Regina. There is a reason why Henry uses walkie-talkies for his operations. Because they squawk. Young kids that have cell phones don't often remember to set the ringers on when they're supposed to, which explains why Lucy did not hear the text message come through. That's why you need a fucking walkie-talkie, because it squawks, bitch.
Even Selena knew that.
Yeah, so when you try to talk to her, she can hear you.
I don't know if it was that she was distracted by her feelings for Facilier, or she doesn't remember the whole walkie-talkie stuff.
No, she gave her the walkie-talkies, and like a true millennial, my God, do I feel old. Lucy's like, what are these? What are these? I'm all, are you kidding right now? Are you kidding?
Yes.
Oh my Jesus, this girl doesn't know what walkie-talkies are. Save me! She would rather use a cell phone. So, I also think that if Regina had just told Zelena what she was doing, it could have avoided the problem.
Yep.
Or she could have gone in Lucy's place.
Yeah. I think maybe the reason why she didn't tell her is because she was afraid that Zelena wouldn't be able to keep her mouth shut. But she obviously can, because when Margot showed up at the end, at the bar, Zelena's awake, but she couldn't tell Margot who she was until the curse is broken, so she had to lie straight to her child's face. Obviously, she's capable. It's not an easy thing to do, but she's capable.
Yeah. And I like the whole sister moments between Zelina and Regina in that scene of the ending of the episode, but also the whole funny part of Regina when Regina was with Vasily and their date, and Regina and Selena just popped out of there and busted their date like it's the whole overprotective mommy sister thingy. I laughed because I was like busted.
Well, she's likely doing this, one, because she's upset that Regina didn't tell her the truth. But more, I think she's doing it because she knows what Facilier is capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't want her sister making a stupid mistake. Because remember what Regina said in the bar after she gave her that drink. She said, "I know we'll never agree on most of our on each other's life choices." So it wasn't necessarily about it was it was only partially about the idea that Regina didn't tell the truth. It was more about, I don't like him. He's dangerous. You're my sister. I don't want you hooking up with this schmuck. Because I know what he's capable of.
Oh my god.
Because it seems like the two of them have really come together. They didn't used to be close before, but now they are very close. And I think Zelina would do anything to protect her. So
they're like confidants now.
Yep.
She even gave her a kiss on the cheek when she left the bar. I was like, wow, that's new.
Yeah. But Selena was right about Regina having feelings, and I'm just worried that the facility is gonna hurt her, and I don't want her to be hurt.
Well, if she keeps it professional and only dates him just so there's no point in that now because he already knows that she was lying to him. So that's out the window. But I don't know. If she wants to date him, fine. She's a grown-ass person. She can date him if she wants. But if there's ever a moment where she starts to realize that he's pulling her down a dark path, she needs to have the strength to walk away.
Yeah. Don't let his good looks and his bad boy swagger pull you down, Regina.
But he doesn't seem to be offering her anything that she wants at the moment, like to save Henry or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, according to next week's spoilers, or the next week's promo, it looks like Drusilla is falling on her sword a little bit to Regina. And then here we come to the spoiler section of our podcast. So if you do not want to listen to spoilers, turn it off now. So in the promo, Drusilla is kind of falling on her sword to Regina, asking for help with Anastasia, because things between Anastasia and Drusilla are at a very low point at this point, and Anastasia's just like, bitch, fuck off. Like, she doesn't want to deal with her anymore. So it's getting really nasty. Anastasia's coming to her magic really quick. I'm assuming under the tutelage and manipulation of Gothel, probably telling her shit that's not true just to make her more mad. And according to the promo, Regina will only agree to help Drusilla if Drusilla finds a way to cure Henry from his poison. No argument here, because she really wants to make up for what she did. She needs to start with Henry first, because Henry's the one that's dying. So
yeah.
Obviously, in this next episode, things are going to come to a head between Drusilla and Anastasia. One of them is not going to be around, because we already know that Adelaide Kane's last episode is this one. I don't know if she's going to die or if she's going to leave or go back to Enchanted Forest or what, but I just know that after this next one, she's not going to be around anymore. What does that mean for Anastasia and Gothel? I have no clue. I suppose we will learn more as the week progresses. But now on to the bigger spoilers that everyone's been waiting to talk about. We know for a fact that there will be one more filming day in Steveston. They are filming with Storybrooke Sets on March 28th and 29th. That will be the last day that they film. And this would be, out in the streets with all the signage up.
Yeah.
So I know everyone's excited because it's been a long time since they've been able to go to Stevenson, and see all the actors there. But it'll be the last time that anybody will be able to see it, because probably everything else after that is going to be either downtown Vancouver or in studio. But the bigger spoilers, we got some more information about some other guest stars who are going to be in the last episode. The Charmings and Jennifer Morrison is returning,
people! Yay!
Yay.
Hallelujah.
Jennifer Morrison will be coming back for the series finale, episode 22, leaving Storybrooke to take up the mantle once again of Emma Swan, and therefore this means that there will be Captain Swan scenes, people! There will be Captain Swan scenes. Domestic bliss with Swan Jones family and child. Yes.
Well,
thank you.
We can't be sure of that.
Why?
They ain't gonna bring this bitch back and not have the fucking family. I'm sorry. There'd be no point to bringing her back and not have the family.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I know. I just don't want to expect too much from this. I mean, they're all busy and they might not have time to do a lot of scenes. Like Jen was only back there for like 2 days the last time. And, I mean, we didn't get a lot of Emma, but that's understandable. But this is the series finale, so I would hope that we get something at least meaningful. Even if she can't be involved that much in the main story that wraps everything up. I would hope so, but I don't want to...
So now we have Emma, we have the Charmings, we have
Robin,
Belle, who's going to return, because obviously the storyline between Rumple and Belle needs to get shored up. We have Joanna Garcia Swisher, so Ariel will be there. Will Eric be there? I don't know. Gil McKinney has said that he is open to coming back if they so choose. They have not asked. Giles Matthew has not been asked to come back as Gideon, so I don't know. He's not there. Robbie Kay will be back as Peter Pan. Victoria Smurfett will be back as Cruella DeVille.
Yay!
Keegan Connor Tracy will be back as the Blue Fairy. Tony Amendola will be back as Geppetto. Beverly Elliott will be back as Granny. Most of the elves will be back. I'm not getting into the shit with Happy right now. We just all know that he's not going to be there. Lee Ehrenberg will be there as Grumpy. Pretty much the whole entire Storybrooke cast is pretty much going to be there.
You forgot somebody who I saw in the IMDb of Once Upon a Time for that episode. Emma Rigby, the one who plays Anastasia in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. She was in the cast. And I was like, dear.
But that's IMDb. Can't be sure.
I wouldn't take too much stock with what IMDb puts in there. Not till you see something on posted by the creators themselves. And I should not forget Sean McGuire will also be back as Robin. Now, does that mean regular Robin who died, or Dark Hood who's with Evil Queen in the other Enchanted Forest? Does that mean no one knows for sure which version of Robin Hood he's playing? We're also not sure about Cruella and Peter Pan because they're both dead. One is dead, like in the River of Souls, and the other one is in the Underworld. So is this Underworld versions of them? Is this Wish Realm versions of them? We don't know.
Yeah. But I'm like with Sean's comeback, I don't know if it's regular Robin, the Robin we know that's come back from the dead, or it's him just appearing in the montage, or it's him as Wish Robin. We don't know. That's the mystery because we don't know if he's still filming or not, because the rest are already done, like Joanna, Lee, Bev, and
I really honestly believe that all of them, because their scenes were so quick and they just went in, did it, and left, I think it's going to be a montage.
Yep. But
at the end of right. I think it's going to be like a montage of where everybody's at, and with their blissfully happy smiles, or whatever.
I'm torn between
just to show that they're all there.
I'm torn between the whole Sean comeback because I really, really want that Aula Queen, the original Aula Queen, besides the Wish one, the dark one, but to be
Maybe
together.
so, but I mean, I really don't think that's going to happen. He's dead. Like, his soul was separated from his body and destroyed. There's
We
no
don't know
way
if
he can come back.
it could happen, like it could not, because remember the amulet of resurrection that Selena has.
Yeah.
It could be. It could come
Amulet of
back again.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
So it could be Wish Robin and regular Robin come back from the dead. We don't know because Sean is still filming, right? Or not?
I have no clue.
Like,
I think he's finished.
No clue. Like, this season, they have played it so close to the vest. It's hard to get spoilers. I mean, the fact that they were able to see some filming with Colin and Bobby on the 19th, and they were lucky enough that Colin and Bobby came over to talk to them. That was like a big deal because it's been a long time since they've done that. Like, it's been a really long time.
yeah.
I just think that with everything that's happening with the show wrapping up, they really need to ditch the whole big bad trope and just focus on the family getting back together and finding a place.
Well, I think they are, because there was a behind the scenes photograph of the Rolling Bayou food truck in Storybrooke. So I think that episode 21, I think a lot of the characters from Hyperion Heights are going to Storybrooke.
Yeah.
I don't know if that includes Hook and Alice or what, but quite a few of the characters I think are coming over, because I'm pretty sure that Henry, because that episode is called Homecoming, so I'm pretty sure Henry is going home, taking his family and finally going home. Thank Jesus. I could not imagine the show ending without Henry going home just once to introduce his grandchild to her grandmother, her actual biological grandmother. And maybe see his mother, who he hasn't seen in like 10 years. I mean, Jesus, fuck.
It would be funny when Emma's in the same room with both her husband, our Hook, and Wish Hook. The confusion is gonna be a little funny.
See,
I don't think there's going to be that much confusion, because I don't know if you've noticed, but this Wish Realm version of Hook, because he has memories, he has a cursed persona. His speech pattern is much more like modern. Whereas our Hook in Storybrooke is very colloquial, like very old fashioned, because he doesn't have cursed persona. So all he knows is being in the Enchanted Forest. So they don't talk the same way, like, at all.
And also, I want to point out that Alice has the same clueness as our Hook with modern technology.
Right.
Our
Hook can't drive, as far as I know, and we haven't seen him do it yet. The Hook in Hyperion Heights can drive. My God, that's a beautiful car.
I know.
And she doesn't even understand words like cool or what a bug means. It's actually very endearing.
I know.
You stole a bug. You stole a bug. What?
I also really love the way they didn't rush things with the relationship with her and Robin. They just bonded, and at the end, when she was sad to see her troll turn into stone, she just leaned next to her and hugged her. And I thought that was really sweet. I mean, they don't have to start kissing right away. They've started something. And
I know some people were kind of like grumble, why didn't they kiss? I would prefer that they didn't. I want the development to be a little bit more natural and take its time. That's what I liked about Captain Swan. Yes, it was drawn out. It was crazy drawn the fuck out, but that's what makes it better. That's what makes it really good, when it's drawn out and it takes its time and you see it develop with your own eyes, instead of having it just dropped right in front of you. That's why the whole thing with Jacinda and Henry just does not work. Because we already know. There's no like, will they, won't they, what's going on? It's already there.
Look,
even though we know they're cursed, we already know that at the end of the day, when the show ends, they're going to get back together. There's no like drama to that. None.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I dislike Jacinda, but it was good to get a break from her in this episode.
Oh yeah, she wasn't even in this one. Except, she wasn't in it.
Yeah, and neither was Weaver. I'll keep my thoughts about that to myself.
I was actually really surprised about that. I thought for sure that since Tilly was on the run, that Weaver would be with Rogers trying to find her. But
it's his daughter.
I knew. Okay.
Okay, so
but I also really like the interaction between Margot and Tilly.
Yeah. So cute.
And obviously we're going to see more of that.
Last but not least, I got your message about you were kind of frustrated that if people can accept alternate versions of characters on The Flash, why is it so difficult for them to accept alternate versions of characters on this show? It's not about alternate hooks. It's about people unable to accept him with anyone that is not Emma. This is the problem.
But he hasn't been with anyone.
I know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in what way that he's with. Even if it's a child, they still have a hard time accepting it because it's not Emma. And then you have people at the other end of the spectrum like this. I really did not want to have to bring this in to the podcast, but I got the only questions I got. I'm pretty sure that all these questions are from the same person and from an anonymous sender. So I have a lot of feelings about this thing with fandom, how Wish Hook is the better hook, and I'm like, absolutely not, but I just have to say my piece. It's going to be long. I would like to know your thoughts on all this. That whole argument is infuriating because it's so transparent why they think that. The majority of the new Wish Hook fans, aside from the couple of Hook fans that didn't leave post Emma or post rape episode, are all liking this Hook because he doesn't have Emma. I don't think that's true. They like Hook because he's Hook.
Exactly. And also the whole calling him fake Hook and calling Alice rape fake baby is trying to piss me off, and this needs to stop.
Well, this is the kind of response that comes from people who can't separate Hook from Emma, that thinks that he's only a character with her, and that he's not his own person. That drives me nuts. Well, you were saying, Ro?
It's just all irrelevant to me because fandom opinion doesn't affect the story. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but it won't change anything. We are where we are with this. I mean, Jen wanted to do other things, and, they wanted to keep calling on for another year. I mean, nothing that they have done with Wish Hook has been at the expense of Emma and Killian's happy ending. Exactly. I'm cool with that. And I don't care who likes him for what reason or not. I mean, it's just, we're so close to the end. I just want to enjoy what we have left.
Me too.
Not focus on the negative anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay, so the next one, she says, the majority of these individuals think this way only because Wish Hook doesn't have Emma, so they don't hold this dumb animosity because Hook got with the person they wanted their fave to get with. Anti-CS fans being fans of Wish Hook equals huge serious side-eye, just the same as how people are saying how amazing this one person is, even though she was the abuser. Yet they're talking.
Oh, here we go.
Still trashes Jen, called Emma Zorg, trash Killian, CS, commented around, now she likes Wish Hook, bye, it's fake. They must be talking about someone on Twitter. I don't even know. I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm sorry, LOL. My opinion of this is, while I like Wish Hook, ultimately, and I wouldn't give a damn if he died, mainly because he's not the Killian I fell in love with 5 years ago. But see, this is the thing. He doesn't have any of those phenomenal relationships the real Killian had. We have 5 seasons of tremendous character growth, a beautiful redemption arc, a true love story for the ages, and we saw him have a family, not just with Emma, but with her family, his best mate, Charming, also Belle and Henry. You see, that's the thing. He actually does have a redemption arc in this story, just in a different way, and he does have relationships. As a matter of fact, he has deeper relationships in this version, and I know this is bad to say, you're all going to kill me, but I feel like he has his relationships with the people in Hyperion Heights are deeper than they are in Storybrooke because it's not predicated on his relationship with Emma. He generally worked hard to insinuate himself with these people. They didn't have to accept him, but they did. And it wasn't just because he was already with Henry. It was because he worked hard to gain their trust. And he also put his trust in them that they would help him when he needed it. Because normally he's the type of person who doesn't depend on anybody. And he has spent years dealing with the thing with Alice and the Poisoned Heart by himself. But now he's putting his trust in them, that if he helps them to take down Belfry, that they will help him get his daughter back. And that's not something that is very Hook-like. It's very character growth. Big time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's definitely had a redemption arc. This man went from being a fat, nasty motherfucker who was constantly drunk, to picking himself up, dusting himself off, cleaning himself up, and totally changing his life in the span of like a day, because he was that dedicated not only to helping Henry, but also to, you know, finding a better way to save his daughter. He gave up his entire life for that child. His ship, his friends, everything he knew, his whole lifestyle, gone.
Yeah.
To sit in that tower with her day after day and take care of her when no one else would. I don't know about you, but that's a redemption story.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes. Totally.
And I'm also not just going to forget that it was actually Captain Swan who gave him that second chance. You know, it was Killian who showed compassion for this person who just attacked him, but he gave his reasons for why he was doing what he was doing. And, you know, he believed that he was worth saving, and he convinced Emma to save him. And now, because of them, he has a chance to have a happy ending. That's their legacy. That's Captain Swan's legacy.
Yeah.
So, apparently this person seems to think that his redemption arc was given a shortcut because they don't have a lot of time left in the show, and that so they made it quick, and that his relationships, that his only real relationship is with Alice, and he hasn't really had enough of a relationship with the other people in Hyperion Heights. That's ridiculous. Yeah. He was with them for 10 years. He gained their trust. He became part of their family. And as a matter of fact, this version of Killian Jones became more of a friend to Regina than the Killian Jones in fucking Storybrooke. He actually got closer to her. I don't mean like in a relationship way, but I mean like as friends. Because in Storybrooke, that version of our Hook is not, I mean, he tolerates her for Henry's sake, and they're kind of, you know, family-ish, friends-ish, somewhat, but they're not like BFFs, okay? Mm-hmm. In the Wish Hook has actually developed much more lasting friendships with these people,
especially with Rumple. With Rumple.
Yeah, he didn't only put his revenge aside. He actually developed some sort of friendship-ish relationship with Rumple that the Killian Jones and Storybrooke that we know wouldn't ever even consider. Like, ever. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only reason that he put that shit aside was for Henry's sake. And for the sake of the family. Now, I know that's making our Killian sound bad, but a lot of the reason why he has the friends and the family that he has is because of Emma. I know this sounds so bad, like he didn't work hard. Yes, he did. He worked very hard, because while he has this relationship with Emma, in order to maintain the relationship with Emma, he had to gain the trust of the family. Yeah. Snow and Charming and Regina and Henry and all of them. So his relationship with them in Storybrooke is just as deep as the relationship that Wish Hook has with the Hyperion Heights folks. Yep. But for different reasons. One has it because of his love for Emma, and the other one has it because he, you know, generally worked fucking hard over 10 years' time to save Henry's family, to help them defend. He didn't have to stay there. He did not have to stay there. His only goal was to save his child. He did not have to stay with them for 10 years, help them to take down Lady Tremaine and all this shit with Gothel. He didn't have to do any of that. He chose to do that. The same way that Hook didn't have to stay when Henry was nabbed. He chose to stay. So on both sides, they have both worked hard, and the relationships they have on both sides are equally strong, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
So anybody who says that he's worthless is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just don't like comparing them. It's just different, okay? And it's what we have now. I don't... Yeah. A negative viewpoints, just... I'm indifferent to them now.
Exactly.
That's why I didn't read all of her posts, because they were generally the same crap, and I didn't want to waste too much time on the podcast with negative stuff. Like you said, Ro, we only have 8 episodes left, and I want to keep the podcast positive. I want us to enjoy what little time that we have left.
Yeah, I mean, season 7 is not my favorite, but there have been some things I've genuinely enjoyed about it, and I've become invested in. I mean, maybe not every single aspect of this season, but some stuff that is at least worth keep watching for. Night Rook, obviously, and now Curious Archer and Tiana.
Zelena.
Well, yeah, Zelena.
Exactly. All right, well, I guess if that's it, do we have any last thoughts about The Girl in the Tower before we call it a day?
Best episode ever, and I give it a 10.20 for me.
I would definitely put in my top 5 for this particular season. It was, I would say, magical.
Definitely.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Excellent episode. Great drama. Great relationship development. Great character development. Really, really emotional. Like, Rose Reynolds is a treasure. I never thought I would get that emotional in a scene on this show, but in that very last scene where he invites her to stay with him, I really teared up. Like, I was emotional because I really been desperate for him to remember her.
Me too.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
All right. So
sooner the better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that brings
one last thing.
Yes.
Now that we know that Jen is coming back, how do you feel about Rogers finding his own Emma at the end of the season?
I don't mind it.
I don't mind if he does or if he doesn't. I think the only person he wants in his life right now is his child.
Yeah, but he's still young.
That's his goal.
Yeah. Man.
But as they say, as it is said at the end of Conan, that is a story for another day.
I
know. So that brings to an end episode 14, The Girl in the Tower. Tomorrow or Monday, I will be posting signups for episode 15, Sisterhood. So please do if you can. Yay. We have a lot of open slots. Join us to discuss episode 15. Join us so we can talk about this show with what little time we have left and have some fun. And we'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye.
Bye.
Night Rook in the house.
Bye. Well, I've stopped it. Or at least I think I've stopped it.
It still says live.
Did you click on the thing to sign?